balik pada pemuda, macam mana progress untuk transform pemuda sekarang?
You know, I mean, it's a work in progress. Proses untuk transform pemuda ke pemuda UMNO. Pemuda UMNO. I mean, it's a work in progress. You have to give me time. You know, Dr. Mahathir Presiden UMNO selama 20 tahun lebih. Tapi akhirnya dalam ucapan terakhir dia minta maaf sebab tak dapat mengubahkan orang Melayu dan UMNO. So, I mean, I'm not saying that I need 20 years, but I certainly need a bit more than 2 years. So, you know, it's a work in progress.
Maksudnya Wabi tak akan jadi one term.
No. I mean, it's not just me. It's the leadership. Whoever comes after me. You know, I've not decided. I may go after a term. You know, I'm still thinking about it.
So, what do you mean you're thinking about it? Is it there's a possibility that you might want to contest?
Yes, of course. There's a possibility for anything. No, I mean, if I felt alone, then I would be much more despondent than I am today. Above all, I'm a realist in politics. You know, I don't have lofty expectations. Neither do I have lofty ambition. So, when I look at a problem, and I look at changing Umno Youth as a problem, not a problem in a bad way, but a problem in a sense that it's a problem I need to solve. I need to look at it in terms of what can I do to solve this problem, not what can I do to change the facade of it, but actually not change the real thing behind it. So to me, even if a big segment of Umno Youth still hasn't responded, for instance, I'm not saying it hasn't, for instance, it's not something that upsets me. It's just something that is a realistic problem that I have to keep on plugging away at. So I have to keep on going down, I have to keep on explaining it. I mean, there are certain things that they don't understand. Sometimes, you know, saya buat pendirian kenyataan tentang apa isu, not just behind Youth Lab, but going beyond that. They don't understand. They say, how come, you know, you're very quick to speak out against Malays who allegedly make racial statements. You know, you appear to be a BN youth leader, but not an UMNO youth leader. You know, that's what they're saying about me. And, it's not that I don't know what people say. I know what people say about me, but I need to persevere, and I need to show them that this is what I believe in. So they will come to their own conclusion that, hey, why is this guy doing this? You know, I mean, there must be a reason why he's doing this, as opposed to just saying that, oh, you know, he's sold out, or dia bukan pejuang Melayu yang tulen. I have to get them to think and arrive at their own conclusion, because if I force it down their throats, then it's no use. They'll reject it. But I want them to think about why we're doing this. That A, it's the right thing to do, and B, it's politically the right thing to do as well. Otherwise, we'll lose the next elections. So, you know, the question was, do I feel alone? I would feel alone if I was not a realist. If I was not a realist, I'd say, oh my God, you know, people are not responding to me. You know, sometimes I'm out there alone, nobody's supporting me. Therefore, I feel alone, I feel sad, I feel despondent. But because I'm a realist, I know that it's tough to embark on organizational change. What more political organization that's so entrenched in the way that they think? It doesn't make me feel alone. It just makes me feel that I have to keep on plugging away, and you know, one more convert is a step towards, you know, getting the change that I want.
But do you think the grassroots and maybe some elements in the exco, do you think they are slowly warming up?
Yeah. I think they're slowly warming up, and you know, that's why it was important for them to come in big numbers, at least the exco and my state youth leaders, to the town hall meeting, because that's something that is rarely experienced by UMNO youth leaders. You know, for them to see the Prime Minister being asked questions on ethnicity, on One Malaysia and all these things, for them to open their minds to the fact that young Malaysians actually think differently from what they assume. So those things actually help me, because it helps in my mission to try and change things by saying that, by bringing them out of their comfort zone, by expanding their worldview. So yes, I think it's I'm getting there. Of course, there's resistance. I'm not saying that there's no resistance. There's absolutely there's resistance, but and I expect then the resistance to continue to be there, especially when you have people outflanking you, like of course Pakasal. Groups like that outflank you, and that's very attractive to a certain UMNO member, that kind of thinking. So I don't operate in a vacuum where there's nobody else. I operate where there's competition on the right from Pakasa, competition from the center in the form of the opposition party. So trying to operate and navigate your way in this space is challenging. Yes, I think if we don't, I think we were not successful in convincing the voters that we have change, that we mean change, and that the entire party is actually behind Datuk Najib in what he's doing, then we will see significant swings against UMNO and Barisan Nasional. I think people like the direction in which Najib is taking the country. Generally speaking, of course, there's still some cynicism, there's still some criticism. I would be the first to admit that. But they feel that if he can do what he set out to do, or even half of it, then it would be a tremendous achievement given the circumstances that he's in at the moment. But the public really needs to be convinced that everyone's on board. I think the biggest criticism that you hear from the middle class, urban voters, people who are educated, opinion makers, is that he is at times flying solo, and because of that we can't really trust you guys, because the leader is doing something good and he wants to change the way the government works, but does he really have the buy-in of everybody around him? So maybe it's a similar situation that I have within Umno Youth. So it's really important for us to show and demonstrate that we're all on board with him. And when he makes the tough decisions, whether it is in terms of arresting people for corruption, or introducing a new economic model, or gradually slashing subsidies, or introducing a minimum wage, everyone must be on board. And when he talks about One Malaysia, everyone must be on board. The party, newspapers that are owned by the party, we must show that we've changed.